I went to go visit my paternal grandmother lately, and it was something that required a lot of coordination. My father had to tell her, hey, you're going to get a visit from your granddaughter, and you're going to plant some tulips with her, or so I thought. He told her the correct time, he told her the correct day, but I guess he was busy because he forgot to tell her that we were going to plant tulips. Or maybe he forgot to write them down. I don't know what happened. But all I know is when I arrived at her house, so I have this theory that if and when I become an old lady, if somebody comes to my house and they don't come with food, I have a theory that I'm not gonna like that. So I came to her house with food, and I don't know what happened, but I forgot the sauce. Correction, I do know what happened. I was exhausted and I forgot to remind the guy to put the sauce in the bag, and sure enough, my grandmother was like, is there some sauce? I felt so young, and I felt like I was young and just oblivious because I forgot to remind the guy of the sauce, and I knew that he was probably going to forget the sauce. So she was eating her burrito. It was a chicken burrito, and she was all about that burrito. That burrito, it made my heart smile to see her eat that burrito. But, and then I pulled the tulips out of my bag, and then she was looking at the tulips, and then she was looking at me. And then she was looking at the burrito. And then she was looking at me. And I was looking at her. And she was like, how long do we have to plant those tulips? And then she read the bag. And I didn't even know she could see that good. So I don't have the bag of tulips right in front of me right now. But if I recall, you have until October and December to plant your tulips so that they come up in the spring. And she was reading it out loud, and then she went back to eating her burrito. And then she started talking about some old family stuff. And then a few minutes later, she was like, well, how long do we have to plant the tulips? And I was like, Grandma, you just read it out loud. We have until December. And then I was like, and then she was just eating her burrito. So I guess we still have to plant the tulips. And I tell this story to illustrate that there is a time for everything. And sometimes you don't have to rush. You can just enjoy the moment. The moment is enough. It's more than enough. And had we rushed to plant the tulips, we might not have had as much fun as we would in a few weeks. And I say this, I know this might be obvious. Life is meant to be enjoyed and not rushed. You don't have to rush it. But just make it count. Make all the time in between count. When you feel like you're waiting for something, you're not really waiting for something. You're still living. Make it count. When you plant anything, It is a demonstration of your optimism of the future. It is a demonstration of your potential and your perception of what blooms in the future. It is a demonstration of what you believe will endure in the future. It is a demonstration of your present resilience and what you perceive in the future. So when you plant anything, you are thinking not only of yourself, but of future people that will see what comes to be. So it is metaphorical, yes, but it is not just, it's something that you plant in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. Do something today. Make a small action, as small as it may be, towards your ambition, towards your dream, towards your goal. Every little bit really does count. You are wonderful. You are smart. You are funny. You are kind. You have so much potential within you. Potential you don't even realize. Be persistent. Be consistent. But don't rush yourself, because when you rush yourself, you can set unrealistic time frames for yourself, considering your life and circumstances. You don't want to put yourself in a frame of mind where being discouraged is more likely. The goal is encouragement, not discouragement. Encouragement is the fuel for dreams.